What is you're gonna hate? Like you're gonna hate this question.
I hate this podcast.
That
I'm way ahead of you.
is hilarious. What is the
Welcome to the Family Captain Podcast. I'm your host, I'm your coach, John Michael Clark. On this show, we help Christian husbands grow in family leadership and sex and marriage. So if you believe that Jesus is king, and you want to lead your family with strength and love, and you want frequency and freedom in your sex life, then you're in the right place. We're going to help you build an incredible family culture where God is glorified and your family is blessed by your strong, loving leadership.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Family Captain Podcast. I am your co-host, Chris Farrell. This show is designed to do what, John Michael Clark?
To make you the greatest man that your wife and kids have ever known, and the man that you're proud of, so you can lead with strength and love, so you can really glorify Jesus, so that guys can go, Chris, from thinking like household, marriage, family culture is like, ugh, it's another thing I gotta sort out in this busy life, to realizing this is the thing, this is the throne that I rule from, and everything flows out of this place. Family leadership is the high, exciting calling, and we're helping guys to see that. This is the place where they get to sow and they get to reap. A lot of places in life, it seems like sometimes we sow and the harvest doesn't necessarily match the effort. And this place, it's always matching, and that's good news for our brothers.
That's right. That's right, man. Remember our first episode? I know your memory is like sharp, right? Do you remember our first episode where the frame was, all right, man, I'm going to give you $100,000 and we're going to go to this cabin and you're going to coach me, right? Do you,
Okay.
you recall that?
Yeah, that was the angle you took.
So we've come a long way, man. I mean, we're like 40 plus episodes in. I mean, you're like kind of a big deal now, okay? And
I have dozens and dozens of listeners.
Dozens of listeners. And so for that reason, the frame is not a cabin. The frame is you just spoke on stage. And everyone was like, this guy was fire. And you come off the stage and people are just like, I know I don't have much time, but I just need to ask him one question, right? And so you have about enough time to answer that question as you're kind of like walking back to your seat, but not quite enough time to like just sit there with the dude.
Right.
You clear?
Yeah, and I'm familiar with that because that happens.
Yeah.
So those are fun. And I love those because I'm like, wait, what about? And I'm like, we got 2 minutes. I'm like, well, what if? And then you give them something. It's better than nothing. It's not everything, but yeah, it's very fulfilling actually when you come off stage, because you're like, I know I can't speak to every single thing, but then when guys ask specific questions, it is very satisfying to help them, because that's all you're trying to do anyway. You're trying to help a bunch of individuals, but
Right.
you're trying to do it at scale. So
Right.
yeah,
So this
the
bro's
particular
listening to
questions are fun.
you. This bro's listening to you drop bars. Like he's like, this guy is awesome. But his first question, he's like, I gotta ask him this question. He's like, dude, so you pop off stage and he's like, JM, my man, nice to meet you. Listen, from your own experience, like, how do you initiate sex when your wife's not in the mood? What do you say?
Right away, I'm asking him his baseline. Hey, what's frequency? Like, I gotta know what world, what universe they're in. We have sex once every 3 months. Like, okay. That just helped me locate like the ballpark he was in, because I had him in a different ballpark altogether. So that kind of data is super helpful. And they're like, what's regular? Like, oh man, we're 2 or 3 times a week. Cool. Okay. That's the minimum of where I'd really want a couple. Twice a week is kind of my recommended emergency minimum.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going on. And you're initiating how many times? I'm initiating 5 times and it's happening twice. Gotcha. So I'm getting more context. Like those 2 questions that I have right away are very helpful for me to know what's going on, where are we. I'm like, otherwise things are good. Y'all are fun. You like each other. Like, you're not a zombie. Like, and he's just got to have some honest self-assessment. Those are some of the things I'm just trying to weed out. Like, is the dude weird and he doesn't know he's weird? Like, again, I'm picking up a lot in the moment. He's like, dude, we have a blast. I love her. We love our kids. We love the Lord. Like, it's just kind of the typical man. Like, she's stuck in the rut of thinking she's the keeper and I'm the seeker, and she thinks it's her gift that she's given to me. So, like, if that's his case, then what was his question?
How do I get my wife in the mood when she's not in the mood?
Gotcha. So if that's the case,
how do I initiate sex when she's not in the mood?
got it. So yeah, if we're in a healthy baseline, again, I'm telling him the thing he doesn't want to hear. Brother, there's not one thing I'm going to give you right now. There's not one tactic that you're going to be able to go execute tonight. And yet, I do need to remind you, you always only initiate, you never ask. That's an important reframe. It's not everything, though. If you think that alone shifts the entire dynamics of your whole sex life with your wife, you're wrong. But it is an important part of it. What's the other part? A million things, man. Like, are you actually caring for her emotionally? Do you care for your wife like you care for your own body? Right? You get a splinter in your finger. When do you take care of it, Chris?
I mean, now.
Right now. So your wife has a splinter emotionally. Like, when do you take care of that? That's a now thing. It's not a later thing. It's not a good grief. She always has splinters. Like, well, should have married a dude. I don't know what else to tell you. So, uh, like, it's not the fun answer because, he's got to know, like, brother, it's about the entire leveling up. Your wife's not having sex with you because she doesn't want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. How do I get her to want to? Great question. Become the greatest man she's ever known. How do I do that? Where are you weak? Give me your scorecard. Have you graded yourself? Have you rated your bedtime routine, your morning routine, your kindness, your fun, your provision, your leadership? Like, give yourself grades across all of that, and you're gonna have the answer to your own question. Why does my wife want to have sex with me? I wash the dishes. It's not a terrible idea. It's just wrong that you did it as a transactional exchange that you were expecting. So
True.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Like, there's other guys waiting to talk. Like,
Right.
go listen to the podcast. You're gonna hear there's a lot more to it. Or get in the Family Captain Elite, bro. That's where we would zoom in as your coaches and pinpoint you exactly and help you know your blind spot so that it's not a blind spot anymore.
Okay, so I heard a slight undertone of dishes in that answer, right? Like, are you saying that guys should not do dishes? Like, what are you actually saying?
That's a good question. That's one that I got the last time I spoke. So the last time I spoke, I was talking about principles, and I was just emphasizing for everybody. And I was saying, hey, you don't have to come to all my conclusions on what this looks like on a Tuesday. I can live with that if you don't. What I cannot live with is you doing nothing with the scriptures. You have got to apply these verses to your marriage. I'll fight you over that. Why apply it like this? You answer to Jesus, he's going to sort it out. But you have to apply it. You can't just say it means nothing. Well, I disagree with your interpretation, John Michael. I can live with that, friend. My brother in Christ, my sister in Christ. I think we have a lot of freedom. My problem is I don't see anyone interpreting these verses. I don't see anyone applying these verses. But I was talking about protector, provider, leader. That's what a man is for. And I was talking about a woman is for helping, life-giving, glorifying, or beautifying, or multiplying, whatever we would use there. And I kept emphasizing those as this is your purpose, 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 purpose. But whenever people hear me talk principle, Chris, it's just natural. We want to apply it, and I want to make it actionable for me. And I'm like thinking about my context. I'm like, okay, what does that lens mean for my life? And a bro asked me right after I spoke, he's in the lobby of this, of the conference center, and he's like, hey, so am I not supposed to do the dishes? Because he's hearing me say protector, provider, leader. And immediately he's like, am I not supposed to do the dishes? Which, not a terrible question. And I answered him this way I'd answer a guy at a conference or anywhere else. Hey, man, like I said, your priority is what you're for. It doesn't mean we never do any other things. I said there's a super cool story about George Washington, and he jumps in the trench to dig with his men one time. And like, what a great leader, right? What a cool guy. Like, I'm not above picking up the shovel and working. I said, but I asked this to the brother. I said, but do you want George Washington digging trenches all the time? He said, no. I said, why not? He said, because we wouldn't be here right now. I was like, thank you for answering the question. Why? Because we need George Washington strategizing and actually leading to defeat the greatest army in the world.
Yeah.
That's what we need George doing. That is his service to us. Well, it's nothing wrong with picking up a shovel. No, it's not. But if he picked up a shovel every day, we wouldn't be here. We'd be eating gross food, and we'd have bad teeth. I'm sorry, that was too mean to our English cousins, right? Let's just say we'd have gross food. Their food is trash, Chris. Do you know this?
I've never been.
I've never been. I'm not
Why
going
do
because
you
their
know
food's
their
so
food
bad.
is trash?
Because the internet told me so. Bro, I have a friend who has traveled to London, and he's like, bro, I've been to the nicest restaurants in London. Everything's awful. And I'm like, okay.
Why? Because they just don't season things the way we season
I
things?
don't know. Their food's just gross. This is a thing, Chris. You should know
That's
this. I feel like.
funny. That's hilarious.
So anyway, thankfully, George Washington saved us from all that. And now We have off on the 4th of July while England goes to work, and America's awesome.
America's awesome.
But why? Because he focused on serving with his leadership. That's the point we're making. So,
Yes.
so am I allowed to do the dishes? Yeah, bro, you can do dishes. But we no longer live as the family butler, whereas we were always trying to please mommy, and we've totally reversed the roles that God designed, and you've become her helper. Does that mean you never help your wife? No. And in fact, I think you should help your wife. There are times where you can help your wife with her primary responsibilities. Why? Because you're not above it. It's not an ego issue for you. It's just that you have prioritized your primary functions first: protector, provider, and leader, in the same way that Jesus prioritized his primary functions: preaching, teaching, and healing. Oh, my disciples came in tonight. Nobody took the role of servant to wash all of our feet, so they intend to just sit here without us being cleaned. I got this.
Hmm.
And once, not every day in his 3.5-year ministry, once, as far as we know, Jesus, the one who came not to be served, but to serve, washed the feet of his disciples. Praise God. That means something. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
But it also means something that he didn't do it all the time. So is he above it? No. But did we need Jesus just coming around and acting like Gandhi and like all he does is 3.5 years of washing feet? No. That wouldn't be the real Jesus, would it? That wouldn't be the whole Jesus. That wouldn't be the preach, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That wouldn't be the Lord, if you're willing, you can make me whole. I am willing. Jesus revealing the will of the Father. Jesus forgiving sinners. Jesus going to the cross. Jesus serves us primarily by doing what Jesus does best. A husband serves by doing what a husband does best: protection, providing, leading. Sorry, I'm taking too long. I didn't take this long with my bro in the lobby. But I gave him the George Washington story, and it was the unlock for him. I was like, bro, you can wash dishes, but the framework is different. The reason you're washing dishes before is like, I'm going to be a good husband, and I've been taught that this is how I help my wife. Hey, brother, your other responsibilities are covered, right? What responsibilities? Okay, we have to have a big conversation. You're the protector, provider, leader. There's a ton there, but that's first. Okay, well, I got that kind of covered. Can I wash some dishes? Can I sweep a floor? Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's okay.
Right.
But you're not family butler. You're family captain who's like, yeah, I'm doing what needs to be done because I'm the man, and I love covering, protecting, guiding, leading, and helping too.
Yeah.
The framing is entirely different there, Chris.
I remember when I was in the family captain, I was learning about how to like be a man with a plan and like just really forward think when my wife was having problems. And I recall our youngest couple kids kept going in the kitchen. They were like pulling at her leg while she was cooking, and it was driving her nuts. And I didn't ask her because I knew that she would think it was a bad idea. But I literally got a huge baby gate that like spanned our entire kitchen all the way wide. And it was actually a dog gate, but I got the baby gate. And
Chris put an underground wire under the carpet,
right,
put shock
with the
collars
shock
on all
collar.
the kids, and if they approach their mother,
But dude, I'm telling you, she did not like the idea. I put it up and she was like, "What? What is that?" I was like, "Just
can't do that.
Just
My babies
trust
need
me.
me."
Let's try it, bro." It was an unlock. Like,
Mama can make dinner.
the kids were upset for a little bit, but after they realized they weren't getting through that thing and there was no exceptions, it was an unlock. So I definitely see what you're saying, because I think pre-family captain, I would have just been like, yeah, I'll keep the kids out of the kitchen. I kept the kids out of the kitchen. I just didn't have to sit there and keep pulling them back.
Yeah. This way, when Chris I remember because Chris, you put the fence up, and then you sat back, put on your headphones, and drank your beer, and the fence did all the work. Is that what happened?
That's right.
No, that's not what happened.
Exactly.
He's still engaged fathering, but he made herding the cats a little bit easier.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a system. It's a system approach. That's our primary way to help our wives, is like, how do I build systems that don't require me to have to do this thing all the time? But like, yeah, it's an exception. It's okay. But if something's chronically going wrong, like, there's a system solution here. Lord, show me what it is. How can I serve my wife with leadership and provide a system? Baby gate at dinner time. Mama actually can work her kitchen and do her thing. Daddy's reading to everybody in the other room. And if
playing Xbox, but yeah.
if somebody makes an escape, the fence is there. And the barbed wire that you added to the top was helpful.
100%. 100%. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys something practical that worked for us because I was trying to solve a bigger problem. I was trying to solve the problem of like it's just being annoying for her to have to deal with that and then me have to like hold the babies back and like just spend all my time pulling them from the place they were crawling. I was like, this is pointless. So anyway, I'm sure guys will get in the comments and be like, "Who done this?" Like whatever. I don't care. It worked for us.
Right.
Okay.
Times and seasons.
Moving on. How do you start meaningful conversations with your wife when it feels like everything between you has turned into schedules and tasks?
Bro, I love the talking cards. This is me. I'm talking to bro at the conference now. I love talking cards. There's tons on Amazon. I bought like every brand that's ever existed. And, I throw away all the trash ones because some of them are super stupid. It's like, who's your celebrity crush? Like, we don't play those stupid games. But the silly ones, the bigger ones, the fun ones, let those be the excuse. Right now, if you don't have the capital, brother, like if you were to just bring this up, and I'm asking this to him on the fly as well, if you were to just kind of go there, be like, hey, babe, what's going on? Like, let's go for a walk. Like, because we got to get her alone for a minute. And it sounds like they're even too busy for that. Like, are y'all going on dates? I'm asking him that really quickly. And he's like, yeah, about once a month. I'm like, what are the dates like? He's like, just life talk. Like, it's not us talk. It's just like still in the way. Okay, cool. What if we let the talking cards be the third party? So you're not weird for bringing it up. It's like, oh, hey, I got these cards.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and we can both kind of, if we're too cool for school, we can both kind of laugh at the dumb card, knowing good and well we're just flanking her a little bit.
Yeah.
These cards, so corny, right? So anyway, and we start light, dude. What animal would you be if you could be an animal for the day? Like we need to switch her out of Mrs. Manager mode, and we need to switch her into girlfriend mode. But that's going to take time. The talking cards are not the ultimate solution.
Yeah.
But bro, we got to go from level 0 to level 1. So we teach the law of the spectrum, Chris, as you know, in
Yes.
the Family Captain. We talk about on 1 to 10 in any area of your life, the next number to go to is just the next number that you're at. Everybody wants to jump. How do I go from we never talk about anything meaningful or sincere between us to level 10, like deep connection? Like, well, you don't. You go from level 0 that you're at to level 1. So what would level 1 look like? And when you ask a guy, hey, you're level 3, how do you go to level 4? They almost always know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
we're at level 6. How do I get to level 9? Forget level 9. What would level 7 be? It's a slight discomfort, but it's receivable, Like you've got enough capital for that, whatever that lift is. But yeah, I'm looking for a tool, a tactic, and I'm like, bro, can y'all go for a walk? Nah, it's not really gonna work. Man, can y'all go for a more a different date environment where, you even tee it up ahead of time. Hey, I've got these cards. We're gonna have some fun. I know a lot of like you take the heat for it. I know a lot of times I keep us focused on, business talk and life talk, but I'm taking my girlfriend on a date next Friday. I'm not going with my life partner. And she's like, okay, all right. No life partner date, girlfriend date. Like she's going to like that idea.
Yeah.
And then I've got some tools there to pull out. That's my quick answer for him. Got to go, brother. God bless you, man. Love you.
All right. So again, you get off stage, this guy bombards you, and all he's thinking is like, man, he's such a good leader. Like, it seems like his wife has an incredible connection with him. Like, I bet you his kids, love him and, respect him. And I don't feel like I do, like, all I feel like I do is discipline right now. How do I bring some fun to fatherhood when everything just feels so like you're doing that wrong and I'm always looking for holes?
Okay. Again, I got to ask him context questions because I don't know. Is he Mr. Intensity? He's like, what's this sock doing here? And everybody's like, oh boy, this guy. So I had a brother like that months and months back, and he was like super coachable, like super loving brother, super thankful for all me and all the coaches. He's like, man, this is so good. This is so helpful. This is so good. This is so helpful. He's like, how do I build more systems for my kids? And we're kind of like answering those questions and coaching him through that. But then like we started to sniff some stuff out, and we're like, wait. What happened? He's like, yeah, like this happened and that happened. And I was like, brother, you're intense. That's a lot. He said, well, I thought we're supposed to have standards. I was like, we do. Nobody's telling you not to have standards. But the context came out. I was like, bro, you're intense. I still want you to have the same standards. But the way we follow up is you and me, same team. So it depends on what's going on with this guy. I'm like, brother, are you too intense? That's what I'm trying to help him surface. Like, would your wife tell me you're too intense? And if he's like, 1,000%, I'm like, okay. So I'm not telling you to have no spine and have no standards. I am telling you, you got to have multiple gears. You have to have more than just the drill sergeant who's running the barracks. Like you have to bring the fun in addition to like that is fatherhood. It's both and you've got to be comfortable shifting gears. You got to be okay with disciplining a child and then laughing with them a few minutes later. Like that's something that it's not a them thing. That's a you thing. So whatever you can do to bring the fun, you're gonna have to focus on that more. Well, I just worry that if I keep it light, then they're gonna think everything's good. Like that's a controlling person's worry. I'm worried if I'm not weird and grumpy with Chris, then he's gonna think he has no opportunity to grow. Like what? So you're gonna be passive aggressive with everybody and grouchy all the time? Like your kids, they need to know that they have your pleasure. They need to know they have your delight. They need to know they're your pride and joy. They need to know that they're loved. So if he's too intense, that's my concern. Now, the other possibility is he's a guy who just has nobody respects him because he doesn't respect himself. He doesn't lead himself well. And he's like, man, everything's just correction. The kids are a mess. My wife's a mess. I'm a mess. Like, yeah, man, you got a big pile of debris. You can clean the whole thing up. Good news, brother.
Yeah.
But it starts with you. It's like, my family's just all on their screens and I'm trying to get them off more. And, well, what's your screen time look like? Show me your phone. Let's look at the last 7 days for you. Like, starting by example, starting by teaching, started by coaching, started by training. Again, his details matter, but Mr. Intensity, bro, bring the fun. Like, well, I'm not really known for that. Like, understood. So what does it look like to go from level 2 to level 3 for you? Like, you don't have to be silly. I like to be even silly. Not every dad is silly. Silliness comes easier for me than it does for you,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
For sure.
Yeah, so like I can be silly, I can get into character, I can do all kinds of like silly ridiculousness with my kids. But Chris doesn't need to try and be the silly ridiculous guy, but Chris still needs to bring the fun. But Chris has a way Chris can bring the fun. Chris's fun might be we're all going outside to play soccer in the yard. Chris is heterosexual, so he would never play soccer. But can we do that one?
I mean,
That
there's
one
probably a lot of soccer fans, but it's
they
okay.
can laugh it off, right?
They'll laugh it off.
I could have said the same thing to jujitsu, right?
That is a little more June boy. I mean, it's masculine, but it is a little more. If I was a June boy, I'd be interested in in doing some of that.
You said
Oh,
that choke is rear naked. All right, where were we?
boy.
Chris's fun would look different. But dads, you have to bring the fun. So you don't need to be that guy. You're like, I'm not like him at all. You don't have
Yeah.
to be like him at all. But what would bringing the fun look like for you? I could throw football with my kids. That's good, man. Go throw football with your kids. You don't have to be silly ridiculousness. You just have to say, hey, buddy, let's go do this. Let's go do that.
Mm-hmm.
So fun doesn't have to mean silly, but it's a priority. Dad needs to set the thermostat to joy for his household and not grumpiness. But a lot of times when a guy's like, man, my kids are just undisciplined, like, either you are,
Yeah.
and that's our solution. You start and go first with discipline yourself, or you're too intense and nothing they do would ever be good enough for you anyway, and that's why you're telling me they're undisciplined. Those are the two possibilities I see all the time.
Yeah.
Man, my kids are just really undisciplined. And then I start asking about him, and like he's kind of a mess. I'm like, hey, good news, brother. You go first, and then we're gonna lead them and bring them along, and they're gonna be pulled into your orbit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Or, bro, I think your kids are okay. I think they need some more fun with dad. They need all 3 legs of leadership, not just authority. Compassion. You love them a lot, and they know it.
Yeah.
Responsibility. You take ownership of the outcomes. Typically, though, that guy is just like, they just don't listen. They just don't listen. Like, that might be true, but they don't listen because they don't think that you love them a ton.
Mm.
Gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
Other guys asking questions. We've got a long line.
You mentioned, drawing your kids into your orbit from a discipline perspective, but there's the opposite when it comes to a sexual perspective that guys are dealing with their wives. And it's like, hey, JM, you talk about me drawing my wife into my orbit. And this guy's pulling you aside and he's like cornering you and making sure no one hears because he's like, bro, what do I do when I don't feel attracted to my wife anymore? But I know we should biblically be having sex, but neither of us are really like making an effort. What would you say?
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out really quick. Like it'll take me like 2 minutes, and I'll figure out why he's not attracted to her. So they've depolarized. I know that's why he's not attracted to her. That much is clear. But why? What was it that did it? She's super disrespectful. Like so that's wildly unattractive. A disrespectful woman is an unattractive woman. She could be like the hottest,
Yeah.
but if she's like ugly and disrespectful, you're like, ugh. Like she's so hot. Like no, in fact, no. So that's going on. Or she's let herself go physically and she's not caring for herself at all. And she doesn't present herself well to her husband, her health, her body fat, her whatever, her pajamas. Like she's just like, she is just a pair of sweatpants. And she's just got like, she's trying to be husband repellent for whatever reason. We're not being her therapist right now.
Sure.
We're just saying like, why has he's like, man, I'm just not attracted to her in this season in this state. And I'm going to figure out what's going on there. And then I'm going to solve for X to some degree. Like, okay, well, dude, it's because she's gained weight. Like, okay, what have you done about that? Like, I'm looking at him like, is he overweight? Well, ta-da, I found your solution. You get it. Oh, she tries to sabotage my efforts. She makes me my favorite stuff. Like, yeah, welcome to feminine testing. Do not eat the brownies. All these brownies are going to go to waste. I made them for you. Oh, baby, I told you I'm not doing that anymore. I got to tone this thing up. I got to take better care of myself. I want to be healthy. I want to be my best for the Lord. I want to be my best for you. I want to be best for our kids. Like, go first if it's the physicality piece. Or let's say he's Mr. Universe and he's built like me, already just the pinnacle of masculinity. And so that's not his box to check. So then it's like, hey, babe. Then it's the conversation. Oh, I can't talk to her about it because she'd cry. Well, we don't want her to cry. We don't like that. But still, we have to be an honest, loving husband who tells our wife, hey, baby, I want your best. And I want to help you be healthier. I want to help you. I was going to say grow, but that's not the right word that we want to use. So he's going to have to go into that uncomfortable place, which women keep men at a distance with the emotional threat of, I'll become emotional with you. And because it will hurt her feelings. And no husband wants to hurt his wife's feelings. I don't want her to feel negative emotions. But that leads into 5 years of, yeah, I'm not attracted to my wife. Like, well, bro, when's the last time you were honest? Like, well, I really don't want to rock the boat. Like, you're as guilty as her at this point. You know, the first few minutes, it was all on her. 5 years, dude. Like, this is you. So why is he not attracted? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then I'm going to start solving for X and go, okay, well, this is what's going on. Or, but in spite of that, like, depending on what the scenarios are, I still recommend at an emergency minimum, a couple is having sex twice a week. That's just what, where'd you get that number from? I made it up. Like I didn't go find it's. I don't have a verse for it in case that's what people are asking. And that's really the only objective, authoritative truth there is. So it is my opinion. Okay. It is not a law that I'm giving to everybody. But if you ask, hey, Michael, what do you think? I think a couple should be having sex twice a week as their default minimum. That means if Bob says he has no sex drive and Becky says she has no sex drive, and they're like, we just don't have the appetite, John Michael. What are you going to do? I'm like, hey, guys, the sick person might not have appetite for food, but they still need that nutrient. Y'all are treating sex as a luxury, which means you don't understand that it is a spiritual, physical, yes, and also emotional nutrient that your marriage needs.
Yeah.
So I want you to prioritize it, even though you both might not have burning loins and you might not just be ripping each other's clothes off. Like, make love to your spouse and care for your spouse in that way, because it is a good and spiritual thing that's happening as well. So I didn't ask if you're super hungry or super horny. That's just my recommendation at a minimum. Well, I'm not attracted to my wife. Okay. But she still wants to have sex with me. Yeah. And you're not allowed to deprive your wife. Your body's not yours. It's hers. Her body's not yours. Her body's is not hers. It's yours. What? Yeah. Whatever. Everybody knows what I meant. Whatever makes me not heretical in my teaching there.
There you go.
Is the one I meant to say.
Didn't I send you that short of that one lady who was like, sex twice a week is 8 times a month. 8 out of 30 days is it's an F.
Right.
Right? It's just like, whoa, that's an interesting perspective,
Oh, yeah, man. Like, it's weird. You're right. I'm so like, even when I say the twice a week, I'm almost like gentle with it because I know how wild that is for most people. But I'm like, bro, I would be dead if I was having sex twice a week. Personally.
Yeah.
Well, that's your appetite. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, that's why it's an emergency minimum.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Like,
That's good.
everything's falling apart. AI robots are chasing us through the woods. Like, and we're just trying to survive and stay off the grid. You know, like talking like, you know, long term down the road, 9 months from now, before things
Nine,
really
9 months.
pop off.
Yeah.
What's the Terminator robots? The TI-1000s or
Oh
something? Or
gosh, dude. It's all coming true. iRobot,
whenever they're
Terminator,
hunting us
all of
through the
it.
woods, like, I'm still having sex minimum twice a week as I'm killing robots.
That is
And even then,
You're probably having sex more because it's just like she's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
yeah, I'm just, yeah, also, yeah, because she's like, what a man.
Right? Like he's killing robots.
He's just
dude.
a robot killing machine.
It's awesome.
Anyway,
That's
that's
good.
the recommendation to our bro. Depending on his scenario. Again, because I don't have him, I can't find out really quick context.
Right. Okay. And this could be relevant for that guy as well, but he only had time for one question from you. But this bro is like, dude, like I hear what you're saying, and trust me, like it's all fine and good, and I believe that you're right about all this. But dude, like, how do I stop escaping into my phone and food and porn and all the things I know that shouldn't control me?
Yeah, I'm pulling up my phone to him right then. I do this all the time when guys talk about screen addiction. Whenever I'm in person with somebody or a guy in my church, I'm like, bro, look at my phone. And I open it up and it's like a black screen with just a white list of apps. And they're like, what is that? I'm like, it's me making my phone dumber and uglier so it's less appealing. And then I was like, watch this. And I'll go click on Facebook and this thing's like 15-second wait. And then I finally get to open Facebook. And then I have another one that pops up for another 20-second wait.
Really?
I work on Facebook for my job.
Yeah.
And I can't even get into it for 45 seconds. And they're like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't want to be a dopamine addict anymore, which is what everything's training us to be. And then I was like, also, even if I got into zombie mode scroll, 6 minutes from now, it boots me out and the process starts again. 60 minutes for the day or whatever I have it set to. I never make it because it's such a pain to open. So like when I go in there, I'm like, I need to work. I'm making a post. I'm making this comment. I'm doing it, whatever. Like I'm here for a mission and I'm out because like I don't have protect yourself. So that when you're on Insta and you're like, I'm a zombie, they got me again. Like 5 minutes later, you're like, bloop. And you're like 45-second wait. You're like, oh my goodness. And you got to wait and wait and wait and wait. And you're like, back in. 6 minutes later, you're booted out again. You hit your 30-minute limit for the day. And your phone's like, hey, loser, would you like to build a real life or watch other people's? And you're like, you know what? That's a good idea. So I say all this with this bro on the spot. I'm like, he's laughing with me. I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, bro, I was like, they might not all hate us, but it might be worse than that. They're just indifferent. They just don't care. I was like, and they're not all even evil. They're just designed to keep us on longer. They're designed to. That's what the algorithms are doing. That's what the AI is studying.
How they make
for.
money.
How do they? That's just how. It's just a product.
Right.
So they're just like, hey, how do I keep our fans loving our stuff more? Football teams want their fans to watch more games. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get more attention.
Sure.
So that's not evil, unless the product is evil. But it's not good for them. It's not edifying most of the time. Now you can pick your newsfeed. So that's step one, bro. If you don't have phone protections on your phone to make your phone dumber and less exciting, you can make it black and white mode so that even all the apps aren't as pop. Like everything, photos, everything is just black and white grayscale. That dramatically reduces the dopamine dump that you get. And then you start to actually feel dopamine the way the Lord intended for you to, like when you cut the grass and then you look at the yard, like that's the healthy response of dopamine. It took 2 hours. And afterwards, I'm like, yes, compared to the quick hit of lab rat, like push the button, get the cocaine, push the button, get the cocaine. Because the long, slower dopamine. So yeah, I'm still ranting all this to our bro there at the conference. I need him to believe though. I need him to understand, like, bro, they might not hate you. They probably do. P.S. They hate you. But minimum, they don't care about you. And you're probably more addicted than you think. You need to go get this app and you need to go get this app and block some stuff right away. Like, you're welcome. I just gave you 8 hours of your week. Yes. You owe me. So whatever you make $8 an hour, like send me a check. By the way, for the rest of your life, every week. You're welcome. Now, what does he fill it with? That's where he has to get on offense. So first of all, bro, we gotta free you up, and you have more time than you think you have. And now you got to build an offense that you're excited about, and that's going to take another guy. You're going to need some accountability.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what the Family Captain Elite does. Or if you have another brother who will go to war with you and be like, we are building, we are leveling up. Like, this is what we're building right now. So we've announced here we're doing this whole division for young men. The whole premise of the way I'm going to build this thing and the way I'm building it now is that they are the main character. We're leaning heavily into not to gamer culture just to be gamer culture, but it's genuinely quickly understood, and it actually is very rewarding, but we're making them the main character. So they're going to have ratings across their life, bedtime routine, morning routine, some of the things I listed earlier. So these single guys will be able to come in and they'll be able to see their score as a man, not their worth or their value. They have infinite worth and value because the Lord decided that he was worth his own sacrifice. So they have infinite value and worth, but what is their production? What is their skill? What is their mastery? What is their capability? And they're going to see these different score categories, and then they are the character that they are leveling up in life. And we're going to walk them through the different challenges to actually earn and go, bro, you're not at a level 3 anymore. Like, you're actually here now. And they get to feel that satisfaction of building a mission and having the checkpoints and being the main character.
And that's for single guys, not married.
Yeah, so that's the division that we're launching.
Yeah.
So we're going to launch that whole separate show. All this is in the works.
Awesome.
But then we're going to also have, I mean, we'll launch the show first, but we're going to have the program for single guys. We're going to be revamping the elite program as well at some point, and we'll bring some more elements of that. But we're going to be very, very, very baby step, very accountability based. I want to help that 19-year-old who's like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he works 32 hours a week doing whatever. And when he gets home, he's just back on the game with his friends. Yeah. And he goes to church with mom and dad. But he's like, I don't know. I don't really need a car. You know, Jeff picks me up. You know, I get to work. I get to where I need to go. And it's all okay-ish. I want to help that kid, like, become a man. Amen. I want him to become a man that he's proud of. And I want to do it quickly. I want him to go from, like, farting around on his Xbox all the time to 6 months from now, like, he's a man.
Let's go.
A real man that respects himself. And then actually has a purpose and vision, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get a girl. Yeah, I'm trying to get married. Yeah, I'm trying to get her pregnant. Yeah, I'm trying to build something. Like I'm trying to glorify Jesus with masculinity and not just be a consumer. So we're going to walk them through a very step-by-step process.
So good. I love that, man. That's super exciting. When do you anticipate that will, just range-wise, that will happen?
Just soon, It's
soon?
Okay. Jesus is coming soon. This program is coming soon. Jesus might come sooner. We'll see.
There you go. Dude, I love it. That's really, really good. Really good. Hey, for any guys listening who might be in that spot, if that's interesting to you, drop a comment. Let us know. We'll send you some information on that when it's available, right? Good, man. Good, dude. That's really powerful. Okay, by this point, you've come off stage, the droves of people who are trying to get a hold of you. Jam. Your security's pushing them back.
Sign my baby. Yeah, my team is...
right. Your security's like, knock it off. Dude with just monster biceps is like,
Mr.
okay,
Clark
he's got to go. He's got to go.
M&M's now and his...
So they funnel you into
water.
Your limo. Of course, it's an Escalade. And you get in your private jet and you fly away.
Yes. That sounds like a typical day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Now...
Natalie's waiting for me in the private jet.
Exactly.
Where everything that happens from there is private.
There it is. Okay. Let's jump to some rapid fire questions for you.
Go. The Family Captain is all about helping Christian husbands to build an incredible marriage and family culture. It's self-leadership, it's family leadership, it's sex and marriage, all made practical so husbands, wives, and children can enjoy God's best and truly thrive. It's one thing to believe that Christians should have the best marriages and sex lives. It's another thing to know how to make it all happen. But inside our Family Captain Elite coaching program, that's exactly what you're going to learn. In the Family Captain Elite, men are not only equipped with the conviction to act, but also with the wisdom to navigate their exact situations. And they get a clear, practical path to get them the incredible fruit that they're after. So if you want to take your marriage and family culture from just fine to incredible, then go to thefamilycaptain.com and book a free assessment call to see if the Family Captain Elite program really is a good fit for you. That's thefamilycaptain.com. Family leadership is a high calling for your life. So what are you waiting for?
Very rapid fire. Very little context.
All right, I'm not going to get in details. I'm just going to go
Okay.
rip and snort.
From your perspective, as a husband, what's one thing every man should stop doing immediately in his marriage? I know. You got it.
I hate this. It depends. Okay, let me think. I'll give one blanket answer. What's one thing
One thing.
every man should stop doing in his marriage? He should stop being offended.
Ooh, that's really good. We'll come back to that.
That's it. No, you don't get anything else. That's the rule. If you don't have to give anything, I don't have to give anything.
Okay, deal. Stop being offended. I love it. Most unbiblical advice Christian men still take today.
Ugh. Most unbiblical, that's quite a spectrum. And there's some real stupidity out there. I'll go with the most typical that's still considered good. And that's not awful, but it's misguided and it's misunderstood and misapplied. And that is to essentially be your wife's helper. Which you already taught, you should help your wife.
Yes.
But we explained what that means. But for most of Christian culture, when they say help your wife, they mean something different. They mean be her helper in the sense that she was literally designed to be your helper. It is a total reversal.
Okay. What's one mistake you made early in marriage that you wish you could erase?
Only one. Nice. Well, responsibility was my biggest weakness. So yeah, if I could go back, I would take ownership of the outcomes. I was a boy until I was 27 or 28. And then why were you not a boy at that point? Because I took responsibility. That was the shift. I wish I could go back to my wedding day. I wish I could time travel right now and go meet with John Michael in the pre-room, where you're waiting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I had any time alone, but I would go in and kick everybody out. And I'd be like, listen to me. It's me from the future. It's you. Everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. But you don't have to wait for it to be great. You wait too long to make it great. And you waste like 5 or 6 years still being a boy. What do you mean I'm a boy? I'm a man. Yeah. I know. You're a big boy. You're a big, strong man. Listen, you don't know anything about responsibility and covering and ownership. And I know that sounds scary to you, but it's dope. And if you step into it fully, then you're gonna feel better sooner. It's a win-win. This is not a win-lose. Natalie's gonna thrive sooner. God's gonna get more glory, and you're gonna be more fruitful sooner. And you can actually increase your fruitfulness and your ministry impact for the kingdom sooner instead of later. So get after it. Take more responsibility and stop blaming and stop trying to share so much responsibility.
What do you think is the most
And
God,
I'd say
you had to.
you're too intense.
Ooh.
Bro, chill out.
Chill out.
But he didn't know about masculine and feminine really.
Right.
He had some things that were default natural to him, thankfully, that flowed well, but he still cared too much. Like Natalie was like, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, I'd like to paint this room that color. I was like, no, we're not doing that, we're doing this. Like casting my vote when it didn't matter. Casting my vote when I should have let my girl beautify and glorify in a way that she wanted to with those curtains. Now, I don't want to live in a house that looks like only women live in. I'm not saying that. But still, too intense on some stuff that just didn't matter, buddy.
Yeah.
Use your capital wisely.
Yes.
You don't have a lot. Build it over time.
Yes.
And, just kidding. That's 2 things. 2 for 1. Next, rapid fire.
What do you think is the most masculine thing a man can do today with his children?
So the best thing he could do today, of course, is disciple them and open the scriptures with them. But the most masculine thing, which Christians are upset that that's not the same answer, masculine is protector, provider, leader. Now, leading them to Jesus would be included. Protecting them with doctrinal truth is included. Providing for them instruction. And so we could connect all that to the Lord, of course. What's the most masculine thing he could do for his children? Bless them. Give them his blessing and the affirming love of the Father to his children. Let them know that he is pleased with them regularly. They need his affection and they need his covering, because his affection and his cover, that sounds like woman stuff. No, the affection and covering that come from their masculine father actually communicates protection, provision, and leadership to them. I love you, son. I'm proud of you. I'm thankful for you. He's receiving protection. Protection from what? Protection from false identity that would come in because my father has already spoken truth over me. So the lies of the enemy, the lies of the world, like they just seem stupid. Like when my kids get insulted by other kids, they're not like, oh my goodness, who am I? Because it's just like, well, that kid's dumb.
Right.
Like, well, how could that be true? Daddy already said what's true about me. Mommy already told me what's true about me. So like these kids are morons. They clearly don't know who I am because my father primarily has already shaped who I am. So yeah, the more you can give your kids identity and the more you can give them your love, blessing, and affection, that is a masculine protection, provision, and leadership.
Yes. And we go deeper into that on the episode on confidence, masculine confidence.
Yeah.
Early
Talks about
on.
where does it come from?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was
Really
like,
good.
well, it comes from a great dad.
Yeah. Amen.
And also identity in Christ. I didn't have a great dad. Well, we all, the only reason it's so powerful from our father is because our father, when he's doing well, images our heavenly father.
Yeah.
That's why it's powerful. Dads aren't magical by themselves. Dads are awesome because they're imaging and preaching the heavenly father. Even if they're godless and they're good at fathering, they're still imaging the heavenly father.
Yes.
If they're not godless in the sense that they're awful, but say an atheist father who loves his kids well, he's still imaging the heavenly father well.
Mhm.
And that's powerful. That counts
Yes.
for a lot.
Yeah. It's good. One book you'd force every man to read that's not the Bible.
Man, I hate this one. The Family Captain coming out in 2026.
Soon.
Coming soon. One book. That's impossible. I'm going to hate my answer. Like
Okay.
6 months from now, I'm going to hate whatever I answered here. Like, no, that was not the right book. I'm going to keep it in Family Captain world. I'm not going to go just like the one book.
All right.
So we're keeping it, all right, family leadership, sex and marriage, Family Captain vibes. All right, so now I've given myself a little bit more specific category. I'm looking, browsing at this bookshelf over here. Oh my goodness, man.
Ernest Shackleton?
I mean, all the books I've read, I just don't know that they've landed for others the way they landed for me.
Mm.
The Lord got me everything I needed at the right time. But if I had to pick, and I do have to pick, I would say Extreme Ownership by Jocko.
Nice.
Jocko Willink, Extreme Ownership.
It's a good one.
If I had to pick one, that's the one. Why? Because it's going to teach responsibility. You put the filter over it, you say, this book's about family leadership, and then you read it, and you go, ooh, this is good. Yeah, that's going to lead a guy to good places.
Cool. Cool. I knew it was between that one and Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, right? Okay.
I know that is a book. I've seen it, but I don't know what it's about.
Yikes. Anyway,
But I bet it's about girls. The main problem with women
tell us.
is they don't have enough self-esteem.
There it is.
So I heard Brian Savay and Eric Kahn talking about this recently. They said there was this survey done, and men were asked, like, what are the common sins or problems? I don't know if it was sins, because it was like college kids asked, what are the problems common with guys? And like all the men answered like typical stuff, like, harshness or aggression or ego or whatever, like stuff that everybody's like, yeah, those are typical masculinity errors where we could go wrong and where we typically are going to miss it. And they asked women the same thing. Hey, what are the problems common with women? And they thought and they thought and they thought and they struggled and they struggled and they struggled because they couldn't come up with anything. And then finally they started saying things like low self-esteem. And the guys framed it up. So like, so consider this, like the problem with men is this. The problem with women is we don't think of ourselves highly enough. That's our real problem. Our biggest problem is we don't think that we're better. Like that's our problem. So just fascinating a Western dynamic.
Yeah. Well, it plays a lot
Crazy
in
time, crazy world.
I can't expand too much because these are rapid fire questions, but it does play a lot into feelings over scripture and how we're in the mess we're in. Okay. How does John Michael Clark recover from a bad start to a day?
I don't have a reset button. I think I
No?
just keep going.
Just keep going?
Yeah, I wish I had a reset button. Like when my morning routine gets thrown off for a morning, I hate it. And I
Yeah.
feel like, and I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I never recover from it. I just say there's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It kind of bothers me up until like probably 10 a.m. Probably till when I hit the gym. So I hit the gym at 10, and like up until the gym, it kind of is in my head. It's kind of like, oh no, you started off wrong. You started off wrong.
Hmm.
But I get in the flow of things, and then I'm back in rhythm. But it feels kind of like I took an L for the morning with whatever happened. Like
Yeah.
I deliberately slept in, which is rare, but it does happen. There's times where I'm like, I'm just tired, and I
Yeah.
know I need the extra sleep, and I give it to myself.
Yeah.
Or something's different with the boys, or something's different with Natalie, and my whole like I have a very regimented morning routine, so I
Yeah.
like it to happen the way it happens.
Right.
But plenty of times it doesn't because it's not all about me. There's other people who live here.
It's true.
Yeah. So tomorrow, that's the plan that I tell myself tomorrow.
Okay. What is your biggest challenge right now?
Biggest challenge.
Besides answering these questions with my rules and not yours.
Um, there's a few. Um, growing, growing. One of the things that's personal that I've shared with you guys. I shared with you guys in Atlanta is that the Lord wants me to grow in being gracious and self-controlled with my tongue, specifically like on the podcast. Like I called soccer gay earlier. That was a little bit out of bounds for me. Stuff like that,
Yeah.
where I just know the Lord is calling me to be more gracious and more self controlled so that uh, it's easier for people to receive. Which, funny enough, Chris was in Atlanta when I told all the guys all this, and they're like, no, no,
I
please.
know. We
I
all were
was
like,
like,
that's the best
guys,
part.
I was like, the Lord is dealing with me. And they're like, no, brother, please. I was like, get behind me, Satan. Like, this is important. So that's something that I am prioritizing and mindful of and praying about regularly.
Yeah.
And even before we go, as you know, a lot of times before we record now, I say, my name is John Michael Clark. I'm a gracious and self-controlled evangelist for Jesus who crucifies comfort and leads with diligence. So everything in there is a 180 against my temptations. I don't want to be gracious. I don't want to be self-controlled. I don't want to crucify comfort. I don't want to be an evangelist. That's in that context is more personal examples where it's scary to have the personal interactions. Oh, I need to talk to the stranger. Like, so that's why I'm normalizing. You're an evangelist. You're an evangelist. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And then crucify comfort. Who wants to crucify comfort? I mean, that's just part of the Christian life. But in general, more and more, I'm just finding the Lord, like, even once you get past things that are like detrimental, I don't know. Maybe it's just where I'm at. Even though I don't have things that are sinful or heavy weights, the Lord is still just saying, like, kill comfort. I'm like, but there's nothing wrong with this. And he's like, yeah, I know. But just kill it anyway. I'm like, but that's just uncomfortable to be uncomfortable. And he's like, yeah, yeah, to crucify your flesh and to just show again. It's like fasting. What's wrong
Yeah.
with food? Nothing. And still, you don't want your stomach to be your master. And still, the scripture assumes you will fast when you fast. Here's how you should do it, not if you fast. So, yeah, one thing, there's not just one thing. The family captain is growing. There's a bigger team.
Mhm.
That requires more diligence of me. That requires more growth. That requires more skill. I mean, everything's out of my league,
Yeah.
which is how the Lord does things. You're faithful with little, and then he adds more. Hey, you handled that well. Now you're over 10 cities. That's a pucker factor.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that guy. The Lord says you're qualified. You might not be skilled yet, but you're qualified for it. So I'm putting you in that role to grow you again in skill. And once you've been proven faithful again, I'll put you in another one. So he's going to continue to do that however he pleases and chooses. Same thing in the church. Yeah, I've got more opportunities. So those are the big spheres. The
Yeah.
personal things between me and the Lord. The church, just more and better as a pastor, more diligence in my leadership. Same thing in the family captain. I think those are the biggies.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's not to say that I don't have other ways to grow as a husband and father, because I do.
Sure.
But those are the three that come to mind, not just the one.
Okay. Final question, and we'll dock the ship. The security team's in my ear.
Right.
All right.
Mr. Clark has an appointment.
Right. What is you're gonna hate? Like you're gonna hate this question.
I hate this podcast. I'm way ahead of you.
That is hilarious. What is the question you've not been asked that you want to be asked?
What do I wish guys would ask?
Yeah. What do you wish? What do you wish guys would ask you that they don't ask you?
I wish guys would ask me more about walking with the Lord. That's what I wish guys would ask more. Guys ask a lot of marriage stuff. They ask a lot of fatherhood stuff. They ask a lot of work stuff, all stuff that I love and I'm passionate about and I'm excited about to coach with. Practical stuff with all kinds of things. But I wish guys would ask more about like, hey, like just whatever that would look like for them. But I wish they would have more hunger there. And maybe they do, and they're just not asking it. That's the question. What do you wish guys would ask you more about? I wish guys would ask more about walking with the Lord, fearing the Lord, loving the Lord, enjoying the Lord. That's what I wish I got more of.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Well, you might not have liked the rapid fire because I know you like context, but I had to ask you these questions because I think these are pressing questions that guys did get some fruitful answers from. So tell people real fast about the Family Captain Elite, what it would look like for guys to do an assessment call.
Yeah, Family Captain Elite is the thing we built so that everybody can have the what do I do, though, that systematic approach so that guys know what captain's action do I take. That's what we call them inside the program. You've got captain's actions each week that actually build, just like we were talking about for that young man's program, where that one's going to be a bit more gamified. But this is the same thing. You are the main character, and that you are taking this action and you win. And then you're like, wow, it feels good to feel good. I know, bro. We're going to do it again. And we keep building on this stuff so that guys build their family culture right there as we're coaching them, surrounded with brotherhood, with powerful coaches and a powerful curriculum. And now they go, I know how to do this. They're not just learning from experts, they become experts in the context, in the details, and the principles, and all the things. And they go, the fruit starts multiplying. So that's what the Family Captain Elite's all about. An assessment call is what we do with guys all the time. Those are 15-minute calls where you can talk to one of our coaches and they'll say, hey, tell me what's up, tell me what's going on. Let me ask this, let me ask that. Oh, I recommend this, I recommend that. Or I recommend, bro, I think the Elite program's perfect. You can talk to another one of our coaches about getting into the Elite program. Mm-hmm. So that's what the process looks like.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Till next time.
Go captain your ship. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Family Captain Podcast. Now go take some action and serve by leading well. Also subscribe, leave a review so more men can find the podcast and be helped. And if you're ready to take your growth to the next level and you'd like more support, check out thefamilycaptain.com for our resources that will help you accelerate your journey. And until next time, go captain your ship.